Stang.
I'm Jim Elenteny.
We play in Science.
So the name Science, we had originally wanted something that was related to Back to the Future. We really like the Back to the Future movie. And
whole franchise.
The whole
really.
franchise. The third one. Anyway. And
That's
every
story.
every name we could think of that had anything to do with Back to the Future was already taken. So the Flux Capacitors or the Doc Brown Band or anything that has to do with that movie. DeLorean. They're bands in Jacksonville, Florida or Indianapolis. They're already there. So we tried to think of something else that would be in that vein, but a little bit more simple, a little more stripped down, and we ended up with Science.
And as it turns out, I think it's a perfect reflection of what we're doing. It's very simple, it's very universal, it's very truthful, and that's, in a nutshell, definitely kind of music we're bringing. Well, the song that we're working on right now is called Shuksan, and for those outside of Washington State, maybe even inside Washington State, it's a mountain up by Mount Baker. Mount Shuksan is up there. I don't know if that's Whatcom County or not technically, but in northern Washington there's a mountain called Mount Shuksan, and my cousin Casey had a dog, great like mostly golden retriever dog that he named after the mountain Shuksan. He had the dog for 10 years and he was an extra part of the family, and so this song ended up being the song I wrote the day that he passed away. And it was one of those things where I didn't really, there are a lot of times in life, particularly for Jim and I, because music is such an integral part, that when something happens that you don't really know what else to do, you just end up picking up your guitar. And the very first thing that came out when I picked up the guitar was the basic fundamentals of this song. It's always been a great coping mechanism for whatever life kind of throws at you, and the song definitely falls into that category.
As far as working as a band and how we kind of move forward and find places to play and find the next step that we can take, that's all Justin. Justin is one of the hardest working people I know.
That's okay. I don't know how to use any of this. None of it whatsoever.
So when it comes to the music technical stuff, like, that's my thing. But when it comes to the music business side of things, Justin is one of the hardest working guys that I've ever met. He's got a really strong work ethic.
Thanks, Jim.
That's
true. Sweet.
And the reason that we play so much is it's all Justin. I say, Justin, I'm not working these days. Let's go play, and he makes it happen. And so he'll tell you how he does that.
Yeah, well, I think the unique dynamic is that there's a lot of buzzwords in the music business, and everything's do-it-yourself, so to speak. But I think a lot of people sort of miss the bigger picture as to what that entails. And for us, it's very straightforward. That means no one's gonna love our band more than us, and nobody's going to do it for us. So.
Swept away by the river. You couldn't make it on your own. That's when I jumped in right after. We will never let go. We will never let go.
For me, recording here at London Bridge is really exciting. We just had some drum work going on there in the live room, and I'd always heard that the London Bridge live room is the best drum space in the Northwest, if not, the West Coast.
The signature sound.
Yeah.
The drums.
And we had some drums up in there, and they sounded incredible. Right away, I said, well, that's true. It sounds fantastic. And so with all the history here, all the great stuff that's gone through, I feel really privileged to be able to have the opportunity to be here, and there's, great engineers and great people working here, great equipment. It's just really exciting.
Yeah, I can't think too much, but we still have to go back in there. I can't get myself too wrapped around all of the amazing sort of nostalgic talent, historically speaking, that's come through this room. For us, I can remember waiting in line to buy some of the records that were recorded right here, and trying to reserve my copy early. And
we were in high school when Pearl Jam 10 came out, and the Blind Melon album, and Alice in Chains, and so when we were learning how to play guitar, those were the bands that were popular, So it's really kind of cool for us, because that's kind of the starting point of when we were really focusing on music.
I think, first and foremost, to be involved in the 52 52 project is incredible because I think you guys have undertaken like an exceptionally ambitious project, and that is like right out of our playbook. Like if it's going to be big and ambitious and a lot of hard work, but the payoff or the reward is going to be astronomical. And like we're in that's right in our wheelhouse.
I think it's really exciting to do, everything that he just said for sure. It's just great connections, great meeting people, and I think music is such a constantly changing thing that trying to find a new way to show our abilities as well as work with people who are, really doing things right is great. And I love the idea of the 52 by 52 because you're going to have exposure for lots of different artists, across a year, and you're going to hear something, and if that's appealing to you as a fan or as somebody listening to music, then you've just been exposed to so much new stuff. And I think that that's the way that things are moving, and I think it's a really, really smart program.
Far more innovative than the conventional model, which I keep being told is not working. So I like this idea and approach because
That's right.
I think outside of the box.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's something new and exciting. So we're really excited.
Refreshing, if you will.
Sure.